Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this little hat for a baby from 6 to 9 months. It's very easy to make. The stitch that I used to make this little hat is the Alpine stitch, which is the same stitch that I used to make this little hat. This one here is for a baby from 0 to 3 months. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you the link to this tutorial. Now, when I uploaded this tutorial, many of you asked me to make it a bit bigger, so here it is. This one is for a baby from 6 to 9 months, but soon I will also make it for a baby from 9 to 12 months, so stay tuned for that. Now, it's super easy to make, so I hope you like it, and without further say, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this medium number 4 yarn. I'm using this brand, Yarn Bee Soft and Slick. This is a medium number 4 yarn. I'm going to use this ivory color to make the brim, and then the rest of the hat I'm going to use a light pink color. Okay, so here to begin, I have 6 chains. On the second chain from the hook, I'm going to go in and make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next chain, single crochet into the next, that's 3, single crochet into the next chain, that's 4, and single crochet into the last chain, that's 5 single crochets. Now we're going to turn chain 1 and we're going to repeat the same thing, but we're only going to go through the back loop of each one of the single crochets, like this one. There's your first one, into the next one, that's 2, into the next, 3, into the next, 4, and into the next, 5 single crochets. Turn, chain 1. Make sure to turn and then make your chain. Now here repeat the same thing. Into the back loop of your first single crochet, make a single crochet, into the next, single crochet, and so on. Now, if you want to make your brim wider, you can add more chains. This is going to be a baby hat, so I like to keep my brims not too wide. So now continue like this until you have 52 rows. I have mine ready. This is 52 rows, and it's measuring about 17 inches, which is about 43 centimeters. One thing, make sure that when you have your brim ready, you stretch it and then you measure it. This is because this type of brim is super stretchy. Another thing, if you want to make this hat for any size, for any age, you can. The only thing is make sure that the rows that we do here is in multiples of 2. So now here, what we're going to do is I'm going to join both ends here. I'm going to insert my hook into this first stitch, and I'm going to grab this loop. I forgot to tell you that down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you standard measurements so that you can make this hat for any size, any age. It's very easy. So just make sure you make your brim, keep it in multiples of 2, stretch it, and then measure it. Okay, so here, chain 1, and into the same stitch here, we're going to go in and through the first single crochet back here, grab a loop and make a slip stitch. Into the next stitch, go in, and into the second single crochet back here, go in, grab a loop, and make a slip stitch. This is how I'm going to join both ends, so continue like this, and I'll meet you back once this part here is done to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished joining both ends here. Now, here I just cut my yarn and then passed my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make half double crochets on each one of the rows that we did so that we end with 52 half double crochets. So beginning here to the side, this is the first row, so insert your hook right there, grab this loop with this new color, chain 1, and into this very same stitch here, go back in and make your first half double crochet. Now, go into the next row right here, make a half double crochet, into the next row, a half double crochet, into the next row, half double crochet. This is how I'm going to continue all around. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of half double crochets, and I have a total of 52 half double crochets, which is the same number of rows that we had. Now here, to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first stitch right here, and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row. Now for the next row, we're going to chain 2, and in this row we're going to alternate between a front post double crochet and a normal double crochet. Front post double crochet, normal double crochet. So let me show you. This first half double crochet that's here, we're going to work a front post double crochet. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch. Yarn over. On top of the next half double crochet, you're going to make a normal double crochet. Yarn over into the next half double crochet, work a front post double crochet. On top of the next, make a double crochet. Into the next half double crochet, make a front post double crochet. On top of the next, make a double crochet. Into the next half double crochet, make a front post double crochet. This is how you're going to continue for this row of our pattern stitch. So I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of our pattern stitch. Here, this row I finished by making 1 double crochet into this last stitch. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first stitch right here and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the first row. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 2. In this row, we're going to do the opposite of what we did in the first row. This first stitch that's here is a front post double crochet. So now on top of this stitch, we're going to work a normal double crochet. Now this next stitch is a normal double crochet, so in this row we're going to work these double crochets into front post double crochets. The next stitch is a front post double crochet, so we're going to make a double crochet on top. The next stitch is a double crochet, so we're going to work a front post double crochet. So it's basically the opposite of what you did on the previous row. All the double crochets that we did, we're going to work into front post double crochets, and all the front post double crochets that we did on the previous row, you're going to work a double crochet on top. And that's basically it. We're going to repeat these 2 rows. Okay, so continue like this. I will meet you here at the end to show you again how to begin the next row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. My last stitch here is a front post double crochet. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first stitch here of the second row and join with a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row and all the rows to follow. Now from here on, you're going to repeat the first row and the second row. In the first row, we chain 2, and this first double crochet that's here, we're going to work a front post double crochet into the next stitch, which is a front post double crochet. You're going to go in and make a double crochet. The next stitch, a front post double crochet. On top of the next stitch, a double crochet, front post double crochet, and then a double crochet. You're just going to alternate between these 2 stitches, and you're going to do the opposite of what you did on the previous row. When you finish this row, you're going to join here to the beginning where we have this front post double crochet right here, and join with a slip stitch, chain 2, and then look at your first stitch. This is your first stitch here. This one here is a front post double crochet, so in your next row you're just going to work a double crochet into the same stitch, and then this next double crochet you're going to work into a front post double crochet, and then continue and finish the row. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 9th row, so in total I did 9 rows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not counting this row of half double crochets, and it's measuring. It measures about 5 inches, which is about 13 centimeters. Now here, we're going to start reducing. I like to start reducing when I have about 1.5 to 2 inches left from the total height. So here we're going to finish this row by going on top of the first stitch and joining with a slip stitch. Now chain 2. In this row we have to do the double crochet here on top. That's the first stitch. Okay, now into the next stitch, which is this one here, I'm going to work into a front post double crochet. I'm going to take off 2 stitches and I'm going to keep 2 stitches on the hook. Yarn over. Now this next stitch is where we would do our double crochet. So we're going to work our double crochet, but I'm also going to close the front post double crochet like this. Again, so yarn over, a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, don't close your front post double crochet, leave 2 stitches or leave 2 loops, yarn over, on top of the next stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. And here's our stitch reduction again. Yarn over, front post double crochet, leave 2 loops, yarn over, double crochet on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops, close. This is how we're going to work this row, like this. Okay, continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of reduction. Here, this last stitch here was a double crochet, so I worked a front post double crochet here at the end. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first stitch here and join with a slip stitch. Now I have a total of 27 stitches. If you have 1 or 2 stitches less or more, it's okay. Remember, the 2 chains do not count as a double crochet. Now for the next row, we're going to chain 2. Here we're going to repeat the same thing. This first stitch that's here, we're going to work into a front post double crochet. Don't close it, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go on top of the next stitch right here and take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Now from here on, these stitches here have 2 stitches. We have the front post double crochet and the normal double crochet. So here we're going to go back into this stitch, the first stitch here where we did this last stitch, and this double crochet we're going to work into a front post double crochet, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. In this row, we're really not making any stitch reductions, we're just repeating the same thing we did on the first row reductions. Now again, yarn over, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. One more time, yarn over, this same stitch where we did the double crochet, work into a front post double crochet, leave 2 loops, yarn over, go on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row of reductions and I have a total of 26 stitches. If you have 1 or 2 stitches less or more, it's okay. Just join here to the top with a slip stitch and this is how we finish this row. Now for the next row, chain 2, yarn over and into this first stitch here where we did the slip stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. This is how we're going to work this row, so I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this last row now. I have a total of 13 stitches. If you have less or more, it's okay. Here we're just going to close the top, so join with a slip stitch and finish this row. Now I've already cut my yarn. I'm just going to pull this loop and I'm going to tie a knot here. Then I'm going to turn this over. This is what it looks like from the inside. And here we're just going to weave this yarn around the top. Okay, so we're going to go into the first stitch, skip 1, go into the next, skip 1, go into the next, all around. Okay, so here we're just going to pull and that hole now is closed. like that. Now with this loop, I like to just tie a knot here. And this part here is done. That's what it looks like from the top. And our baby hat is done. There it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a pompon, so I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's my finished hat. This is what it looks like with a little pompon. Here, this is all the yarn I had left in this pink color, so I decided to add it to the pompon. So there it is. I used exactly 72 grams of yarn, including the pompon. In another tutorial, I'm going to try to make the 9 to 12 months little hat, so stay tuned for that as well. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.